With the warm weather, I finally got some action out of my moonflower seeds that I planted outside, and since I had a very high germination rate from the seeds I collected in 2021 off my moonflowers, I listed some on Facebook Marketplace. These plants are super easy to grow, and once you buy your seeds and get your plants grown, in the fall, you're going to get these awesome seed pods that form on your plants, and they will dry out and crack open and spread seeds around, so you will have moonflowers next year. Or you can take these when they start turning brown, take them off, crack them, and take the seeds out and dry them yourself and store them for next year. That's what I did. Moonflowers are super cool plants. Some people don't like them because they get big and bushy and it's hard to get rid of them if you don't want them anymore. But they have these big, beautiful white blooms that will start to form in the late evening, and they'll last until early morning before they close again. When they are open during the daytime, they attract hummingbirds and other various pollinators. And they smell fantastic. When your seed pod is dry, you're going to get a lot of little seeds that look just like this. Here's a few tips to give your seeds a head start. Taking a close look at our seeds, they got this really hard seed coat. We want to give this seed a head start by breaking this seed coat. So we're going to take nail clippers, and opposite this white part on the other side here, we're just going to clip it a little bit to get some of that brown coating off there. We don't want to cut all the way through. We just want to put a little pressure on it just to get that brown part loose. Just like that. You could use a nail file for this part as well and just score the outside of the seed and grind it down until you see the little white inside there. But they're so small, it's hard to hold on to them and hit them with a file like that. So I think the nail clippers work just fine. Show you something here. These are all seeds that I left inside the pod to try to dry the pod out and see if that would work better than taking them out myself and letting them dry. But you can see even when it was dry, there's still a little white, looks like maybe mold on there or something. Here's two of the healthier ones that I dried outside of the pod. So for this video, I'm gonna actually try to germinate these in the ground and see what happens with them. I think they're still gonna work. And these are not the ones I'm selling. I'm selling the ones that I dried outside of the pod, and they look very good. Alright, so when you got all your seeds scored with the clippers, it's time to move them into warm water for 24 hours. That is going to soften up the seed coat and help with the germination. If you got some that are floating, don't worry. Give it a shake. Eventually, when the water gets into the seeds, they're going to sink to the bottom. These moonflowers like full sun, but this is the west side of my house, and I have trees that block out the sun in the evening, and they do really well over here. So they can tolerate a little bit of shade, but preferably you're going to want a sunny location. Soil quality does not matter much with these moonflowers. This is pretty sandy soil here. There's been nothing planted here. So this is going to be my moonflower bed. I start by taking a shovel and just flipping the dirt over, breaking it up. We want to break it up pretty fine. Probably won't matter too much. Then all you're going to do is take your finger, a little less than a 1/4 inch. We're going to make a little depression there. And then we'll take our seed and drop it in the hole. And then I just lightly cover it up with soil. I'll do this every 6 inches or so, depending on how many seeds I'm using. Since I have my own seeds, I can do as many as I want. But if you space them 6 inches apart where you want your moonflowers, you're going to probably have pretty good germination rate. But ideally, you want 4 foot per plant. I'm not doing 4 foot per plant. I've grown these in as little as 1 foot in between. It turns into a jungle, but it looks really cool. As far as time of year, I think you can plant these anytime you really want to, because when those seed pods burst and those seeds go on the ground, they're going to be laying on top of the dirt, even in the coldest conditions. But what I did was I planted these in the beginning of June. I gave my seeds an initial watering, just like you should do with any seeds you plant. But after that, I kind of neglected them. And this soil got super dry, and we had a lot of cool weather, which did not help out, because these moonflowers like warmer weather. But with one rainstorm and one heat wave, these plants blew up. Let's go take a look at some of the baby moonflowers I got growing in this dirt. Here's one of the smaller ones. Off to the side, a little bit bigger. Moving on, this one's doing really well. Got one there, there, there. Got a couple more over here that I planted. And then in this section, this is where my moonflower plant was last year. And even though I tilled up this dirt and turned it over, I still have plenty of moonflowers coming up. So if you want to see faster results, make sure you plant your moonflowers when the soil warms up. That's how easy it is to plant moonflowers. It's the gift that keeps on giving. You plant them once, you got endless seeds, and you can keep growing them for years. We'll check back in the fall to see how these plants are doing, and I think we're going to have a very cool moonflower patch to look at when I'm done with this. Thanks for watching.